Dylan, tonight's a Monday night, and I've been missing like several days worth of videos. We need to catch up. We need to establish status quo. Status quo must be established. You want to be in my video, Neil?
I do. Can I be in it?
You can. You just have to be Neil. Can you do that, Neil?
I can't do that.
You can't be Neil?
I can't do that.
Dylan, Neil is incapable of being Neil. Of all the things and all the people in the entire world that Neil could possibly be, the only thing that he cannot be is Neil. Dylan, I'm glad Neil brought up the topic of self-identity and self-being and being yourself and all of that selfie self stuff that we love because we love being ourselves because I have a lot of problems with self. Self is a big problem of mine. Knowing and just self stuff in general. Anything to do with the self, I'm generally not very in touch with. So I'm glad Neil brought that up, because it's something that I can talk about in this catch-up video that I'm not gonna actually catalog my life, because my life didn't do a lot video. So in my last video that you just now got, because YouTube and my computer were having technical difficulties, instead of telling you about what you missed in my life, instead I'm just going to talk about some general things that I'd really like to talk about. So in my last video, I told you I'm looking for this great perhaps. This weekend, Sam had a mental breakdown. So Sam went home and talked to his parents about said mental breakdown and worked out things and went on a long walk and sorted out his life. The normal person would say, let me take these two extremes, necessity and desire, and find some sort of middle ground, this nice balance. That's not me, Dylan. I'm very bad about middle grounds. Horrible. Awful, in fact. I have to be on one extreme or the other. I have to be at these super ends of any spectrum. Dylan, I told you a little bit about this earlier, and you told me that I need something to remind myself of beauty. I have things to remind me of beauty of all the time. I have the night sky, and I have great books that I've been reading, and great movies, and inspirational people, and I can find beauty all around me, but there's something bitter, something very bitter about that beauty. It's this detachment from the process. And so I need something to bring me back. And I tried to tell myself I could just study the arts on the side and the sciences on the side and develop my skill in that way in my free time. I've realized, Dylan, time does not discriminate. Time does not make a distinction between work time and play time and family time and personal time and free time and enjoyment time. Time does not make those distinctions. We make those distinctions. Time can be allotted in any way that you so choose. I don't have to allot 8 hours of the day to sleep, 8 hours of the day to play, and 8 hours of the day to work, as classical thought tells me to do. I don't know where this is gonna go. Well, I didn't accomplish a whole lot in these last few days. I think I've come to some important conclusions and done some important reflections, and that is certainly time well spent.